What's up, guys? I'm Vince Lanier.
And I'm David Maltzby, and over the next few minutes, we're going to be talking about how the plastic water bottles we're using are harming our environment.
There's no question about it, David. We live in a thirsty world.
That's right, Vance. The average American consumes half a gallon of water a day.
I read somewhere that 50 billion water bottles were consumed last year alone. Well, David, I said we should test this and see how many water bottles we use.
I couldn't agree more.
Let's do an experiment. So here's how the experiment went down. Over the past 7 days, I have collected all of the water bottles that I've used to consume water. As you notice, some vary in size, but all have the same purpose. I have purchased them at places like gas stations and the pod market here on campus. Other things I have used to consume water are these bad boys. You can get them at places like Dubs, Hawks. Even went to Wendy's one night. I just noticed that these are filling up the trash cans around campus and basically everywhere. But that was my end of the experiment. David, what was yours?
I used a water bottle.
This is what Myrtle Beach looks like sober.
This isn't Myrtle Beach, Vance. This is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
How do we end up here, David?
Through years of improper waste management and the increasing use of plastics.
So some of the bottles I've been consuming this week are going to end up here?
That's exactly right. The average recycling rate is 23%, meaning that last year alone, about 38 million plastic water bottles became litter, and may well have ended up here.
These 38 million water bottles are under what? In the environment, places like rivers, ponds, and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's right. These water bottles are finding their way into the homes of animals and are proving detrimental to their survival.
So places like this, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, twice the size of Texas, located in the Pacific Ocean. This is kind of where they're building up.
Yeah, like the plastic is just consuming, and like there's actually 5 garbage patches. The Great Pacific is the biggest of the 5, and it is very bad for the environment. These animals see the plastic and they think it's food and they eat it, but it being plastic, it doesn't give them the proper nutrients that the animals need, and they eventually will starve to death.
What do you hear, David?
Now, most plastics do not biodegrade, which means they are broken down into smaller particles called microplastics. And these microplastics can drift in the ocean currents forever. And even though we may not be able to see them, they still have drastic effects on our health. Say these plastics are eaten by a bait fish, which is then in turn eaten by a squid, which is eaten by a tuna, which may be eaten by us. Without knowing it, we just consume harmful microplastics into our bodies. And these microplastics have been known to cause cancer, harmful birth defects, harm to child development, and even death.
It's crazy to hear, David. What about the other water bottles that are not in the ocean?
That's a good point, Vance. The bottles in landfills are also harming to the environment. When the rain washes onto the landfill and there's plastic water bottles, it creates a chemical called leachate, which then can seep into the groundwater and infect that with harmful substances which can kill wildlife and harm us if consumed. If you don't want to take my word for it, here's a short clip from a TED talk about the same subject.
Consumed and unceremoniously discarded. And now here they lie, poised at the edge of the unknown. Bottle 1, like hundreds of millions of tons of his plastic brethren, ends up in a landfill. This huge dump expands each day as more trash comes in and continues to take up space. As plastics sit there being compressed amongst layers of other junk, rainwater flows through the waste and absorbs the water-soluble compounds it contains. And some of those are highly toxic. Together, they create a harmful stew called leachate, which can move into groundwater, soil, and streams, poisoning ecosystems and harming wildlife. It can take bottle 1 an agonizing 1,000 years to decompose.
David, man, I'm settled. Not using plastic water bottles anymore. The one thing is, man, they're so cheap, and what do you have to say about the people, like me, who like them because they're so cheap? And a water bottle like that is going to cost me at least $20. But I want a Yeti cup, dude. They're cool, and that cost me like $40.
I swear you're wrong, Vance. Even though a good water bottle will run you about $15-$20, the recommended half gallon of water a day in U.S. tap water rates is about 49 cents a year. That same amount in bottled water is about $1,400. So yeah, it might be $15-$20 up front, but you're really saving money in the long run.
Quite the salesman for tap water.
Wow, it's very nice.
Thank you guys so much for watching our video, and it really does mean a lot to the environment if you would go out and pick one of these up. You don't even have to buy them sometimes. Like, in the 2 years I've been at UNCW, I've probably got 5 to 7 water bottles just walking around school. Like, people just hand them out. So it's really not hard to get your hands on one of these, and it really does help in the long run, and it does save you money. So just think about that.
Another thing is, if you do end up using plastic bottles, sometimes you got to just carry them with you, whatever. Make sure you're recycling them, not just throwing them into the ocean, disposing them properly. If you really want to get involved, this video really helped you out. Stuff on campus, Plastic Oceans Project is a great organization to get involved with. It's an annual, only $10 a month for students to join. They do stuff like beach cleanups here, rides full that go to all the beaches in the area. So they're really working on sciences for cleaning up the oceans, cleaning up plastics and whatnot. And so try to find stuff like that in the area.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, guys. It's very easy to drink out of one of these. Just wash it once a week, and